from the beautiful gold tape on the top to the gold and white cubby bins from Amazon to these beautiful sparkling gold feet, this little cubby transformation is one of my all-time favorites. You're not going to want to miss this video. Well, hi, sweet friends. I am in my craft room today, and I'm refinishing this cheapy little Walmart cubby holder. It holds these little canvas bins, and I love it for all my craft supplies, but I'm not happy with this brown finish. I've used it for a couple of years, and I'm going to do a cute little makeover on it. So stay tuned. First thing we got to do when we're refinishing any kind of furniture, whether it be fake wood like this or real wood, you want to give it a nice little rough scuff sand just to help the paint hold onto the surface a little bit better. So I'm going to go ahead and give this guy a quick sand and wipe it down, and then I'm going to transform it into something so pretty. I've got a slightly damp cloth here, and I'm going to wipe off all of our sanding dust. So we have a nice clean surface to work with here. You can also use a tack cloth. I know it might seem tempting to skip the step of etching the wood prior to painting, but don't do it. It's just only a few extra minutes in the process, and you want your piece to look really good when it's finished, and we want that paint to hold on to this surface really well. Okay, I'm going to get the paint mixed up, and we're going to put the first coat on this pretty girl. I know this seems like the craziest color. Look at this. It's so bold. It's definitely a beautiful teal, almost to a turquoise, but it's a little deeper than that. It's just gorgeous. I wanted this to be a statement piece, something super fun. You know, it really is just a discard piece of furniture, if you will. So I thought, you know what? I wanted to do something with this paint. I almost painted a vanity this color, you guys. I almost did. I'm just obsessed with this color, and I thought, how fun to add a pop of life into my workroom here, my craft studio. I thought this is just the perfect place for this punch of color. So here's what we're gonna do, you guys. Fingers crossed that it works and that we love it. It's so bold and beautiful. I love it. Okay, let's give it a whirl. I did put this piece on risers. You can buy them, they're like little tripods. You can buy them in the paint department, and they do help elevate your piece off of the floor. And that way it's nice and level when you go to paint, so you're not touching the ground. I know you can elevate it with blocks, or some people even use cans of soup, but this just makes it real nice and even. And I am using thin coats of this. I don't want to try to put too much on at once because it's not going to dry correctly. So just nice, thin, even coats. It'll probably take 2, maybe 3 coats for a nice finish on this, so we really can see the depth of this beautiful color. I love it. It's looking so good. You guys, I just needed this punch of fun color in here. Okay, I've got the first coat of this glorious, luscious turquoise teal on this little cabinet. I can't wait for this coat to dry, and then I'll do the second coat, and then we'll see what we have. It may take a third coat, but we'll see. It's actually covering a little bit better than I thought it would. I don't want to put too much paint on it. I just want to do one light, even coat, let that dry real good, and then we'll do a second coat, and then we'll see what we have. You guys, this is definitely going to take a second coat. I want light and even, Because it's not real wood, it's not going to want to hold the paint as well as a real wood surface. So we're going to go easy on this one. We're just going to do light coats, and if we need 3 coats, we will. But we want to make sure that it dries thoroughly in between coats. Let's get the second coat on. You can see with this second coat, the turquoise really starting to jump off this piece. Okay, I'm going to get the second coat on this whole piece. We're going to let it dry, and then we'll see if we need a third coat. I think we will. I think it's going to need a third coat, but we'll see once it's all done. Okay, sweet friends, we've got 3 coats of paint on our adorable little cubby cabinet. Now remember, this is just a cheapy little cabinet that I picked up at Walmart years ago. I decided to do a really fabulous flip on it. So the paint that I used is actually Sherwin-Williams Oceanside, 3 coats of that. And now, to elevate this and make it absolutely sing, I ordered, are you guys ready for this? Yes, 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 yes. Look at these gold feet. So we're gonna bling this little dolly up, and we're gonna put gold feet on each of the corners to elevate it a little bit, to give it a little essence of elegance and bling, and oh my gosh, this little girl's gonna be so dolled up and so dressed up. It's gonna look so fabulous here in my craft studio. Then the other thing that I did, sweet friends, is I ordered on Amazon these gorgeous cubby boxes. And they're in the gold. I love the gold handle. These are just amazing. I'm super excited about these. This is going to elevate it another step. So we've got the gold feet. We've got the gold cubby baskets. So what we're going to do is, before we put the feet on, I really don't know about this it's almost like a plastic type of a material. It's not wood at all. And so what I found at Hobby Lobby is these little wood blocks. And they're 1/4 inch thick, and I bought 4 of them. And I'm gonna go ahead and E6000 the blocks on each corner, give myself a little bit of reinforcement with real wood. And then I'm gonna have something stable and sturdy to go ahead and drill the legs, the gold legs onto this little cubby cabinet. And then this little dolly is gonna be ready to show off. I'm so excited. So I've got my E6000 here. I'm gonna glue each of the corners on. I'm gonna take our Oceanside paint, and I'm gonna go ahead and just touch up the edges so you won't really even notice it. And then we'll get the feet on, we'll get the cubbies in, we'll load them up with all of our crafting treasures, and this little kitty will be done. Well, it's time to put the crown jewels on this sweet little cabinet. Got the gold legs here. I love these things. I got these on Amazon. They were such a great deal. I was super excited when I found them. It's like putting the pearls on the perfect little black dress, if you will. So what I'm going to do here, sweet friends, I've got the blocks of wood secure. They're glued onto our little cabinet. I'm going to take a little bit of E6000 and I'm going to put it on the wood, and that's going to help bond the metal and the wood together a little bit. I do have screws here, but just a little extra reinforcement is not a bad idea when we're doing something like this with odd materials. So these feet are super awesome because they're going to line up perfectly with the corner of that little wood piece that I just put on there. So I've got that on. Make sure here that it's nice and flush. It is. They came with gold screws, so I'm going to go ahead and use the screws that came with them. I'm so excited about this, you guys. Like, this is going to be probably one of my all-time favorite huge transformations. Okay, I've got the leg on, and I'm going to go ahead and put the first screw in. Hold that down a little bit. Okay, it's perfect. That looks so good. It's gonna hold really nice and snug. I'm gonna go ahead and put the second screw on, and then I'm gonna put the other 3 legs on, and this little dolly is gonna get loaded up, put back in its proper place, and we're done. I love this here so much, you guys. The rest of the room It needs a complete overhaul, but this was kind of my jumping off point. I thought, if I can salvage this cute little cabinet, then I can just use that as my focal point and then just keep cleaning up and adding as I need, as I see fit, finish the decorating. I am going to keep the buffalo plaid curtains. I still love those. But this right here, she is stunning. Now what we're going to do, sweet friends, is we're going to take our bins. Look at these. Look at that. So they are going to be the crown jewel on this little pretty girl. There we go. What a difference. You guys, what a transformation. What a beautiful, beautiful transformation this is. Funny thing with this little cubby holder is there are little holes here where little plastic tabs went to fill in where the screws put the cabinet together. Well, I took those off and they were not going to hold up to paint. So I had this idea. I thought, you know what? I'm going to glam her up a little bit more. And I bought this gold foil tape. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go from corner to corner right over those holes. It's a perfect width to cover them. There we go. We're going to just jazz this little sister up even more. Love this so much. Look at that. What a forgiving way to dress up the top of something. A little gold tape. This stuff is sticky. It's amazing. It's covering perfectly. So I'm going to go ahead and just start off. I'm just winging it, you guys. I'm totally just winging this. I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing back here. Just going from one end to the next. Looks great. Nice straight line. And this is going to be a little bit more abstract, if you will. I'm not trying to do perfect linear measurements here. I just wanted to cover up those silly little holes. And so now over here, I'm going to come in and kind of do another, like a grid pattern, if you will. There's some other little wonky dents and dings. You guys, this is so old. I have had this cabinet for so many years, and the fact that I'm able to transform this into something so beautiful has me so happy right now. I just love it. So there we go with this. Nice straight line. Just going to trim off the edges here. This stuff is so forgiving. Absolutely so forgiving. Love it. Gonna do the same thing. Stick that little bit over there. I'm gonna do the same thing here. And then we've got a really cool pattern. And then we can decide if we just wanna do some little geometric lines and kind of add to it. But this really was the perfect solution for covering up these little random holes that just happened to just pop up. Over the years, this thing it's been moved around and taken so much abuse in this craft room. So I can't believe that we were able to just transform this cutie into something so adorable. So there we go. I love that. That looks so good. Yep, I think it's beautiful. I may play around. I think I'm going to try. Let's see. What's the worst that happens, right? We're just playing around with it a little bit. I might just go ahead and just do a few more abstract lines. Heck, I bought this whole roll off of Amazon, so I might as well try to use some of it up. I think that's it. I think it's perfect. It's absolutely so glamorous, so stunning. What a transformation. Hey everybody, now would be the time to subscribe, get notifications, and maybe you have friends that would like to see this project. Until next time, take care and do something kind for yourselves.